Good afternoon, everyone. This is Sayyid Mohammad Zuhair Shah speaking here, and here I will discuss about shift registers. What are shift registers? Shift register is a type of a digital circuit which uses multiple flip-flops where one input of a flip-flop is connected to the output of the second flip-flop. And they also share a clock signal as well, which causes the data to be stored from one location to the next location as well. So technically, they transfer the data for the number of bits from one location to another location. So from one flip-flop to another flip-flop. There are multiple types of shift registers as well. And in this, we will discuss few of them. The first type is right shift registers. Now, shift registers also work arithmetically as well. Why? Now, if we shift the the number of bits by one bit to the right side, we actually divide the decimal number by 2. How? Now, if you have a binary number, let's say 1000, where 1000 is 8. Now, if you shift the number of bits by one bit, it will become 0100, which is technically 4. So what happens is that when you shift the number of bits when you shift the binary numbers by number of bits, you actually divide the decimal number of that binary number by 2. Here are a few examples of it. So for example, here you have a right shift register where there are 5 flip-flops. So there's a 5-bit binary number here, which is all 00s. Now, see, when I start this, the 1 has been shifted to the right side. So from the left side, it has been shifted to the right side as well. And as you move on, the 1s will keep on shifting it to the right side till the last bit. So from 000, you got 1111, all ones. And how those ones came? By those ones moving to the right side. Now, next type is left shift registers. Now, left shift registers is the opposite of right shift registers, where in right shift registers, for the number of bits, we divided by 2 to the power n. We divided the number by 2 to the power n. But for left shift registers, for the number of bits, we will multiply the decimal number by 2 to the power n. How? For example, you have 0001, which is a binary number, which in decimal gives 1. So when you shift the binary number by 1 bit, you get 0010, which is 2. So technically what happens that when you shift the binary number by a bit or a number of bits, you actually multiply it by 2 to the power n. So from 1 into 2 gives you 2. So that happened when 0001 was shifted to the left by 1 bit, which became 0010. Here's another example of it. Now here you can see this is left shift registers, again with all 5 flip-flops, and you have the 5-bit output as well as 000, all zeros. Now as I start this, you can see that the 1 has been shifted from the right to the left side. So it's been shifting to the left side as well. And as you move on and on and on, the number 1 is being shifted to the left side till the last bit. And as you can see, the 000s, all zeros were then converted to all ones, by shifting the 1 to the left side. Now, next type of shift register is around shift registers. Now, around shift registers works different from left shift and right shift, because around shift, what happens is that the last flip-flop's output is actually connected to the input of the first flip-flop. How is that possible? You can see here. Now, in this example, you have all 5 flip-flops. Now, the last flip-flop, its output actually is connected to the input of the first flip-flop, as you can see in this diagram. Now, initially, the first flip-flop had the number 1 here. Now, as you move on to the next state, as the flip-flops move on to the next state, you can see till the last flip-flop, the 1 has now been shifted to the input of the first flip-flop. So this is how around shift registers actually work. Now the last type is bidirectional shift registers. Now bidirectional shift registers are They are a bit complicated, but they work easy for us because they help us to determine whether the bits are being shifted to the left side or to the right side. And how will you know that? Now, we actually connect the input here. This input determines that whether the bits are to be shifted to the left or right. Because when the input becomes 1, the number of bits will be shifted to the left side, and when the input is 0, the number of bits will be shifted to the right side as well. A second. That's all it for today, and I hope you have enjoyed this video.